Good to have you on.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome anytime. Now, let's go right back. The first album, well, putting the band together. How did that come about from your point of view?
I mean, I think we've been playing together for so long in different bands, and we were there from the beginning when the genre, when we started all this. Um, and I know Jeppe since high school and Michael since, I don't know, 89, 90, something like that. And then Peter and Daniel were playing with In Flames for so long. So we kind of missed those days when we were playing together. And this COVID epidemic was out, and we were kind of, we can't do anything. We can just hang out and met up, and then we just, why don't we form a band or at least try to put some music together? And everyone was up for the idea, and we didn't think of what kind of music we should write or play, or even a band. What shall we do? I mean, we are so diverse in our taste of music. It could be Rush, Tom Petty, Morbid Angel, or whatever. So we met up and did Gateways. That was the first song we did. And then Shadow Minds, and then Feel What I Believe. And that kind of paved the way. This is the way we should sound. And this is the way we just do our thing, basically, again. But having a lot of fun doing it, and don't tend to overthink too much while writing this piece of music.
Yeah. Did you get a vibe from people once they got wind of this sort of happening? Did you get like a vibe, like people are getting excited? Because once, we're over here on the other side of the world, we didn't hear anything till it was recorded, but we're like, whoa, and people were getting very excited about it very quickly. When did you get the sense of that? Or did you not get a sense of that?
Not at all, because we were keeping it hidden and secret for so long. Just the close family members and closest friends knew about it. That's it. And so when we were releasing the first single, the first ever sign of life of us as a band, Shadow Minds, I didn't know what to think of it. I just, all right, let's see what people think. And I went to bed and slept and woke up, had tons of messages on the phone. Hey, what are you doing? What's this? Blah blah blah. And I didn't expect that reaction or feedback from people, but they were so happy about this, and we felt like, damn, there's so much good positive energy into this band and what we are bringing to the table, and people seem to like it. So everything's been a bonus to me from that on.
Yeah, okay. The success, like you mentioned there with the feedback, and especially when the album come out, did that really take you by surprise, or how did it hit you?
It took me by surprise. Yes, it did, because I didn't expect anything. I didn't think in those terms that we're gonna be able to do all these things, chart entrances in some countries, or Grammy nomination, Metal Hammer Awards, and playing at the biggest festivals, touring all over the world. Sometimes you have to pinch your arm, and sometimes you need to come home and digest everything and just think, wow, we just did that. And we just have, what is it, 10 songs, 11 songs on Days of the Lost. And it was back on that album that brought all this happiness and positive energy to the table. And I think it's fantastic. And I'm really happy for all you supporters out there who really enjoy and support the Halo Effect. Thank you so much. Ride.
You came down here to Australia and played a number of shows around the place. Here in Adelaide, you played our Froth and Fury Festival, which was excellent. Do you remember that one?
Yes, I do. Yep. Outdoors in a backyard, kind of. I don't know, something. They had a great tent of just vinyls. Great.
what's your memories of the tour? Did you get much time to sit down and digest it? Walk outside, see a kangaroo,
Yeah,
anything like
yeah,
that?
yeah, 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 all that stuff. Yes, of course. We went to New Zealand first. That was great. We went, of course, to the Lord of the Rings, where the site where they recorded all
Yeah,
these things, and yeah, that amazing. Again, that was one of those. You have to pinch your arms. Damn, we are here.
yeah.
It's just so good, so great, and you have to stop and just be in the moment for a bit.
Now, you've recorded a second album, which will be coming out very soon. Who wrote this? When was it done? How was it done?
Oi, oi, oi.
The
I think I started the whole process of writing skeletons of songs, and that started like 2 months prior to our first gig ever as the Halo Effect on Sweden Rock Festival. Uh, on main stage, we have like 60 minutes, but the album is only 42 minutes, something like that. So we all thought that, Michael, please read a poem and just do your thing, but not for 18 minutes. That's a long time. So I wrote an intro and an outro to the show to put it together.
Hmm.
And we kept that throughout the whole touring cycle
Mhm.
for Days of the Lost. And we never got tired of it. And the supporters audience didn't seem to get tired of it either. So I made a song out of the intro, and that became March of the Unheard. And the outro later on became the last song on the album, Coda. The song is called Coda,
Yes.
and it's a kind of a medley of or some melodies that's been used throughout the whole album. And we put violin and cello and female vocals along with Michael soaring on top of that.
Mm.
I mean, that was the first seed, and then just wrote in between tours and in between festivals and such. Uh, we recorded it at Create Studios. Oscar Nilsson and me produced the album. Then mixed it with Jens Bogren, Fascination Streets, and then mastered with Tony Lindgren at Fascination Streets as well. So we kept the same recording lineup as the first album, because we felt that was a good one to keep, and we all like each other and we communicate really, really good. So easy peasy. It was all happiness doing this one.
What's your equipment choice recording the album? Favorite guitars? Do you mix it up?
I
Amp
mix it up.
straight in the desk? What's the deal?
I amp, always amp. I love that to noodle around a bit. Then you have the you you line it up. I mean, I use different guitars. I use my Gibson RDs on some stuff. I did use a Gibson Telecaster for the clean stuff, electric clean stuff, so we get a little bit more of brilliance top of things. I used one of my Sergeant Doom guitars for the muscularity in the sound, more bottom to it,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is important to have. So it's a little bit what the song craves and demands, and how you feel while you're doing it. Now we need that Telecaster here. We need to do that, and we're gonna do these melodies. All right, then I use my BC Rich Mockingbird.
Mm.
So I think we have like 5 to 6 different guitars. It depends on what what we feel the song needs in that particular part. Or
When you played out here, I noticed you were using that BC Rich Mockingbird. You don't see too many of them around these days.
nah,
When did you score that? How long have you had that, and have you modified it in any way? What's the story behind that one?
I think I got that one 10, 9, 10, something like that, way back. And before that, I used to have one in the 90s. Um, I think they call it Gunslinger. I had a blue one, and then a Mockingbird. So I really like the BC Rich as a brand, and it's a good guitar. And as I said, it's not that common nowadays, and I get a little bit surprised when I see someone having one of these spiky Mockingbirds up on stage. So I mean, I just feel it's a good guitar.
Yeah. Have you modified that in any way, or is it stock?
I just put in some EMGs. That's
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Yeah. Good. You mentioned getting surprised when you see someone else with one. I saw you warming up backstage before you come on. I'm like, oh bloody hell, haven't seen one of those in a while. So yeah, good.
Like, so I mean, there's this band Blood Incantation, which I really like, and they are using busy riches. It's like yes, but they play proper death metal. We ain't.
Right. Where to from here? You got the album coming out early January. What's the plan?
The
You
plan
going out
is
on the
to
road again? Are you doing other projects which you have to fit it in between?
uh, we're starting the touring cycle in January and going into February, and then it's touring. But we got some surprises coming up during summer. I think we start, but I can't tell you that already. That will ruin it all. But I think you will get surprised when you what the hell did I do now? What kind of way? It's a funny one. It's coming your way.
Right. Is this relating to the halo effect or something else?
No, that's Halo Effect.
Yeah,
Halo
right.
Effect. Yeah, it's another take on the Halo Effect for sure.
Okay. How's Jesper these days?
He's good. I spoke to him on Friday last week. It was good. He's doing good at the moment, and he's struggling, but he's in a good place right now.
Right. Okay. Good. Have you got any other musical projects on the go? And how hard is it to get the other guys together? Have they got any other things on the go?
Uh, there are always some different musical projects going on. I mean, Michael have like 4 bands, I think. I have some of
Yeah.
mine as well. Um, so I mean, we plan things ahead very carefully.
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
one of those boring bands and have the calendar up. All right, I can do yes, no, oh, yes, maybe like that. We have to do that, otherwise this wouldn't work. It can't be like, hey, we have a gig or a tour in 2 weeks. That won't happen. So we need to plan at least 6 months, a year
Yeah.
ahead
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
that's kind of take away the rock and roll vibe to it, but we have to do that in that way.
Looking back, all your time in music, what's one moment that stands out that is like a holy shit, did that just happen moment?
Oh man, that's so hard. I mean, I have so many.
Mm.
It's like asking you what's your favorite album right now. Answer in 2 seconds. That's a hard one.
It is. Yeah. Okay.
But I have
Eh,
one. I have one moment that comes to mind exactly right now.
right.
When we were growing up, going to concerts in the 80s, so the Last in Line tour, Sacred Heart with Dio and Seventh Son, Somewhere in Time, and all these great concerts, Saxon, Wasp, and all this, and Motorhead, of course. We have this big ice hockey hall here in Gothenburg called Scandinavium.
Yeah.
That's where I saw the Last in Line tour. Queensryche was opening, and
Nice.
Vivian Campbell, the guitar player at that time in Dio. I mean, without him, I wouldn't play guitar today. He's still one of my favorites, along
Yeah.
with Andy LaRocque of King Diamond. But seeing Dio, the first concert experience when you get hit by lightning is just oh, I'm gonna do this. You know, that vibe.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah,
strong. It's so powerful. And then light years later, I've been able to standing on the same stage in Scandinavium myself. And I just thought I'm going out there, a roar of the audience, and I thought Vivian Campbell was standing here with his power stance and playing like the guitar god he is. Damn, I'm doing the same thing. Mind blowing.
that's the answer I wanted.
Excuse me?
That's the type of that's the type of answer I wanted
Yeah.
when I
Thank
asked
you.
that sort of question.
Yeah.
All right, you've got more than 2 seconds to answer. What is your favourite album?
Black Sabbath, Mob Rules.
Mob Rules. Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Wonderful album. Powerful. It's like a epic. It's just so good.
One influence from your past that is still doing it, and you wonder how they're still doing it at that age.
They're still doing it. Oh, I mean, take Adrian Smith, Iron Maiden. His choice of tunes and his composition, his solo work. Still to this day, you can hear, it's Adrian Smith.
Yeah, okay.
It's so good. Yeah.
You'll be in line for a Maiden concert soon, surely, wouldn't you? Or have they come past already on this tour?
I think they will come by. I think I could be wrong. Summertime, I think it's over here.
Yeah, okay. We had him here 2 months ago, something like that. So
Yeah, you were there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was there.
Yeah,
Good
it was
gig.
good, right?
Good gig.
Yeah.
Why I asked you about that was about a month ago. Glenn Hughes played here,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And the man is what, 73,
Yeah.
and it's like, how?
Yeah. How?
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. It's playing the bass, right? And singing at the same
and
time.
singing just like he always could.
Yeah.
Except for the time when he had problems, obviously. But singing just like it was 1974 or something.
Yeah.
And he told a few stories, like California Jam, all that sort of thing. And it was like he played a club here,
Yeah.
and it was just amazing, just
Yeah.
amazing.
So cool.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, I have heard much of the Unheard,
Yes.
and I think it's excellent.
Thank you so much, Mel. Happy you like it.
I even like it better than the first one. So you're doing well.
That's good. Thank you.
That's good. Yeah.
Awesome.
Apart from the aforementioned Vivian Campbell, who was your main influences growing up?
I mean, getting my first vinyl ever with Defenders of the Faith, Judas Priest, open it up and you see these pictures of Glenn Keke Downing and Rob Halford, leather clad guitars and the poses. It was like, all right. I mean, here's the football. You can have it. I run all Judas Priest. So I mean, and then also seeing the video for Bark at the Moon and Jakey Lee.
Yeah.
That solo in itself is a masterpiece. And I mean, then of course Vivian Campbell was still is a huge inspiration. But I have to say Angela Rock is fantastic. King Diamond, what compositions and his melodies. Damn, it just fits the music so perfectly. Wonderful.
Yeah. Did you get to see King Diamond? You must have.
Have I? Yes, I have. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. He's never come down here, which is a shame.
They should. They have to do that.
They should.
Yes, yes.
Are we going to see the halo effect down here again?
Really hope so. I'm looking forward to that, and we are working on that. We have talked to our management that we really need to go to Australia and New Zealand again. It's just wonderful.
Yeah. I reckon we've had a good chat. I think we'll wrap it up.
Yep.
Can I get you to do one thing for me? I do a little corny little thing with my video screenshot for the interview. Can I get you to do the horns for me, please?
Of
Let's do
course.
the horns. Excellent. Thank you. Niclas, thanks so much for having a chat to me. Thanks for coming out
Mel.
with the band last year. Hopefully we'll see you again in the not too distant future. Good luck with March of the Unheard. Great album. All the best with it. And all the best to you.
Thank you so much, Mel. Thanks for having me.
Anytime.
Okay.
Anytime. You have a good day, mate.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.